Sure. First, where's the door? As I walk past Ivy and go into her room, and I would like to investigate the room.
I would like everyone to roll for investigation. Vashtar, the entire time you're looking around, you can feel about 100 eyes glaring daggers into your back.
If you spirits got something to say, just stare. Say it. Quit staring.
As you do so, you sort of turn around to face a wall, and you see it's a display of pinned moths, and you can see in blood it writes "Die." Uh, Falling out of the red blood, as if summoned from it, you can see a small dagger fall from it, and it has your name written on it.
Why do I feel like that's a fucking fight of some sorts? Vashtar's just gonna look at this going, yeah, we are clearly unwelcomed here. They just gave me a dagger with my name on it. Oh, joyous day. I'm gonna fucking. Uh, you know what? Because we're fucking in this, like, shithole, I'm gonna take 10 minutes to identify this dagger just to be safe.
Smart move. Yes, I will give you that description once I pull it up.
It'll be at this point that Garan's going to be looking at the display, like, thinking about trying to find a way to remove these corpses on the wall.
You see, all of the corpses are pinned to the wall behind a very thick plate of plexiglass, and every time it is damaged, it heals itself. You're not able to tell exactly how much damage you would need to do, or even if it's possible, but you would need to do a massive amount of damage all at once, or else it's just going to heal. As you 10 minutes go by far quicker than you feel like it should have, and you're able to identify this object.
Hit the dagger. No!
I would like you to read the weapon description, please.
Would, would you like me to read it out loud?
Yes, I would.
A cursed weapon. This weapon forcibly attunes itself to any sentient creature who touches it, taking up an attuned slot. The item cannot be unequipped or unattuned without a remove curse spell. Any creature cursed by this weapon has disadvantage for saving throws against being charmed, which would balance out because I have advantage on saving throws. But seppuku, any creature who deals it a self-inflicted wound with this dagger takes 2 extra dice of slashing damage as they are compelled to drag the blade across their body. Shogun's orders. These effects are still in play even if the creature was charmed into self-harming. Damage dealt by this weapon does not break a charm spell. Harakiri, what the? Any creature who reduces their HP to 0 with this weapon dies immediately, forfeiting any death saving throws. Proficiency with a dagger allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack you make with it. Jesus Christ!
So are you glad you didn't touch it?
Yes. I thought I was suspicious, and I was like, I'm gonna detect. No, let's identify this, just to be curious. Vashtar is gonna get up, kick the dagger away, and be like, "No one touch that, unless you want to commit suicide."
Garan, I'll defer to you for that. And he Gaines to stare at the plexiglass because he has no idea how he's gonna do this because he can only do so much damage at once himself.
All right. All of you begin to hear ghostly wailing coming from the walls, coming from every direction. And I would like you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Is it against being charmed?
Why, yes, it is.
Ha, I have advantage, and you have nothing. Yeah, oh my god, Gurund, my twin. I hate you, but you're my twin.
Let me get a nat 20. Join the party. Oh, got 19.
That's charisma. He said wisdom.
Yeah, that's charisma, my dude. Wisdom.
Uh, oh, fuck. I hit charm. That's why it's really fucking. I typed.
So net 20s for both Gurren, for both Ivy and I.
Still 19.
Well, damn. All right. You both feel an overwhelming urge to pick up the dagger, but you all resist.
There's only one weapon that I will touch, and it is this one. He brandishes his axe again. This time, but he's feeling kind of lost. He's gonna try and contact his patron.
Vastar's gonna look over to Goran before we continue on with that and say, "Idiot, don't give him ideas. We're caught in an illusion. The last thing you want to do is have something that will definitely draw you in."
All right. Are you using a spell to contact your patron, or are you making a religion check?
I might as well make a religion check.
Avery, I'm loving you today. You're giving us such good rolls.
All right. What was the result of your roll?
19.
You can feel an interference as you try to message your deity. Remind me really quick who your deity is.
My deity is the axe of actually. My deity is 1 second. I'll direct DM it.
Did Warren just have a stroke? What was that wrong? What was it?
I
I
think
couldn't
you wanted
remember.
to.
I couldn't remember if you worshipped Maglubian or a different deity.
Imagine worshipping a god while you can be pretty much godless in every.
All right.
Well,
You get some strong staticky feedback from your patron, and it comes out like echoey and distorted. And he's like, "Brother, they're coming for you."
Angry, he's gonna take his axe and he's gonna do a two-handed swing on the display case.
As you strike the display case, the image cracks, and the visage of the moth folk behind it disappear, and you see a different image displayed on the glass. You see this person staring back at you. Everyone roll for initiative.
Well, crap.
Goran, we need to talk about your temper when this is over.
Yeah, Avery. Avery, you give us such good roles. Remember that, Vashtor? Remember when you said that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I got a pretty good roll.
Yeah, Avery just likes you. And Gorand mainly.
God damn. 20?
Wait, remember, that might be Maddie.
Was it?
Nope.
Did Maddie just. I feel like Maddie left us.
No, Matt's hiding behind you.
Maddie is
Exactly.
gone.
She left us. Yep.
Wait, she left us and we didn't even notice?
You see attached to your back where Maddie was, there's just a shambling dead corpse, still and unmoving, its claws where Maddie's hands were.
Okay. I was gonna think about this rationally, and since I don't think the corpse could have went like this so fast, uh, yeah, Maddie got kidnapped by Ghost, guys. I'll just be honest with you as I prepare my gambler's bow.
Vashtar, what was your roll?
18, sir.
Alright, let me pin that really quick. Okay. So, this ghostly visage giving you the warmest of ghastly smiles attacks first. And the first thing this creature does is just crawl out of the glass, falling on its hands and knees, vomiting up black ichor. It crawls with unnaturally long arms and legs over its head like a spider, and it stands, and it just sort of exudes this horrendous stench of death. I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw against this poisonous stench coming from the creature.
Yeah, fucking average. Today's fucking me in the ass.
Alright, I'm checking something here real quick. I'm going to use Arcane Deflection, which will add a +4 to my freaking Constitution saving throw. It uses up my reaction, so
The check is actually only 10, so does that bring you above a 10?
yep, I rolled an 8 and +4 makes it to 12.
Splendid. So you are the only one who passes. As for the two who failed, you are now poisoned, and it is now time for the creature's action. Ivy, with this dead corpse just sort of leaning on you, it sort of just falls over and turns to ash. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw to not be distracted by it.
Okay.
The gas does not have advantage on its attack. As you hear it crashing behind you, you stay laser focused as the gas charges at you with its mouth open and its claws out. Since it's spent a bonus action to attack with its stench, it's only going to get an attack with its claws, and you see its claws just stretch out to 9 inches long and slash at you. Does a 17 hit your armor class?
Uh, mm, like we talked about this. My armor class is 500. But yes, it beats it. My AC is unfortunately 15.
I think none of us have any high AC, really.
You take 15 slashing damage as your chest cavity is opened, exposing your ribs by the slash.
Jesus.
That is
That's
going to
brutal.
end its turn.
Okay.
All right, next in initiative order is who do we got? Who do we got? Vashtar.
Yep, that'd be me. Alright. And I get my reaction back now. Haha! Now let's see what I do to this thing. God, it sucks I have no fucking bonus action spells other than Misty Step. Um, hmm. I am going to. I'm going to. How close is this thing to me?
Ivy, why did you take a long rest after getting clawed in the chest?
No. Because I was getting my spells back in Avery. My health is still at 9. No.
Okay. And then I'm sorry, Vashtar, what did you say?
Like, how far is this creature from me?
I'm assuming you were within like 5 feet of your friends, and the ghost is right in front of Ivy, so maybe 5-10 feet away.
Alright, I'm going to. Because I don't want to. Because past encounters has proven don't get out too up close and personal. And after seeing that damage, fuck no. I'm going to back away uh 15 feet. I don't know how big the room is.
The room you are in is about. So you're between aisles right now. So there's a like left and right beside you. It's about 100 feet wide, but front to back, it's only 30 feet deep before your back is pushing up against another aisle.
Alright, so I'll definitely just go back 15 feet. And I'm going to cast Acid Arrow on this thing.
Smart move, smart move. Roll for hit.
Does a 23 hit?
Hell yeah! God damn! Alright, so your acid arrow punches into the gas chest, and you can see acid and ectoplasm eject and fall down its the creature's body. It just retches in agony, just this and it weakens for a moment, but then regains its footing and roars at you.
Vastar's gonna smile after he kind of let loose the acid arrow, like if he was loading a bow, like an invisible bow with an arrow, and just I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right, next in initiative is Goran. What would you like to do?
He's gonna let out a roar and he's gonna attack with his packed weapon, his not packed weapon, but his battle axe.
Is your battle axe a magical weapon due to it being your packed weapon?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, a 9 does not hit. You can see the creature sort of become incorporeal for just a moment, and your axe passes through its transparent visage.
He roars in its face.
It roars back at you, spitting a black ichor at your face as it does so.
And I end my turn.
Ivy, it is your turn.
Yay. Uh, as an cure wounds on myself.
Smart move.
Okay, I get 7 health. And bonus action, use planar warrior against the girl, the creature.
All right. I'm not actually familiar with that. What does that do?
We have discussed it many times, but it is something I get from being a ranger. That is planar warrior. I just get to add 1d8 force damage to it.
Right. I apologize.
It's fine. And yeah, I end my turn.
Okay, so that's going to make it the gas turn. And the gas, despite being injured with that acid arrow, is still gunning for you, Ivy. You can see it glares at you, and it makes eye contact with you. Make a wisdom save as it tries to burn its gaze through your eyes.
Look into my eyes. Your soul is stained with the blood of the innocents. Now feel the pain.
God damn it.
Headbutts. Is that a fact?
Make a whiz save, Ivy.
Yeah.
You can feel your eyes burn and steam as if they were about to boil out of your head, but you close your eyes and you resist the this magical force, and you keep your eyes intact, although they're a bit steamy. And then it rushes in for another claw attack.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, thank God.
So, hurt but not injured by the flaming energy that was subject that your eyes were subjected to. You just sort of reflexively lean back, sort of accidentally matrixing out of the way of its claw attack, which just swooshes over you, tearing at the fabric of your shirt. All right, next in initiative is Vashtar.
All right, real quick because it's the end of that creature's turn. The acid arrow's other ability takes effect when it hits, and it takes 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn.
Ooh,
3 damage.
nice. Yeah, that hurts it. You can see the acid sort of mix with the ichor and burn like a trail down the girl's like chest.
Vashar, seeing that Ivy's in trouble and kind of not wanting to use any spells that would put his comrades in harm's way, he's gonna just hold up his left hand with the gauntlet and the arcane focus gem on it and place his palm out toward them and basically say, "Try dodging these." And I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Nice. Roll damage.
Okay, well, Vashtor is doing this, or I'm just checking. Are we still poisoned?
Yes, you are poisoned. You are all poisoned.
All
Because
but me. Ten damage with those 4 shots.
You said 10 damage?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can see the missiles just sort of punch through the gassed visage, just boom, 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 knocking out chunks of what would normally be flesh, but they just sort of dispel into ectoplasm, which splashes against the wall. The creature is still standing.
This thing's sturdier than I thought. And he'll end his turn.
All right. Next up is Gorund.
He lets out a snarl and he attacks again.
Keep in mind, I believe you are poisoned.
Vashtor.
Yeah, but how it is magic missile is kind of a moot point as it's it ignores that.
Well,
Yes, so if you
I'm not poisoned because I was the only one that passed that saving throw, thanks
correct.
to arcane deflection.
But Goran, you do need to make a con save against the poison because you are poisoned.
Okay, I'll. Do I make it at the end of my turn?
You make it at the start of your turn, so roll for the Constitution and then roll for hit.
Zeno, I would like you to look at his previous roll before you told him that. Look at the night and day on that attack roll.
With a 20, you succeed on your Constitution save. You feel invigorated as your life returns to you, and you roll to attack. Alright, that is a hit, and you deal 7 damage with your magical battle axe. Let me just keep track of the damage really quick. Alright, you can see the bottom half of this gas just get cleaved off and fall to the ground in a puddle of ectoplasm. It looks severely wounded. It is leaking ectoplasm at an alarming rate.
And he lets out another snarl in its face.
Alright, Ivy, it is your turn before it goes again, and it's gunning for you hard. What do you do?
It's coming for me again, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
despite being like having its lower half obliterated by your ally, for some reason it is fixated on you.
Okay.
Yet,
Uh,
yet,
I
yet through all
I
of this, you try and power through the poison.
all right. Con save before I start. 11.
Let me double check, but I don't believe that passes. One moment. Oh no, that actually does pass. The DC was only 10.
Okay. Yay. Um, within 5 feet of me, right?
Yeah, it's right in front of your face, like 3 inches from your nose, breathing a stench of death directly into your nostrils.
Okay. So it would be a bad idea using my bow, so I'm gonna use my short swords.
Not a bad idea. Is your short sword magical?
No, it is not, but it's force damage because of planar warrior.
Okay, roll for force damage.
All the damage is gonna be force, so 17 damage, and my second attack is not gonna. Yeah.
How do you want to end this?
Okay, so using planar warrior, Ivy's just gonna go to the rest of the body, to the head, and just slice and dice, just going in, avenging that her chest that got brutally clawed.
All right, you see the ghast screech out in agony and go, "Damn you, Ivy!" as it explodes against the plexiglass in a burst of ectoplasm. The plexiglass returns to normal, and you can see the pinned moths and other insects behind it again.
Vastro's gonna Vastro's gonna walk up to Ivan, going, "Someone you knew?"
Was it? Zero.
Um, just for kicks and giggles, make a history check.
A what?
A history check.
10. Yeah, nah, I'm not wasting lucky. Am I? Yeah, am I going for the pressure? Am I waiting? Yeah, I am. I'm using lucky.
Remember that time
Yes.
remember the time I used lucky to get lucky?
uh, Ivy, this ghast who attacked you was your first girlfriend, and your relationship ended on horrible terms. And as she walked away, she said in a huff of like teenage angst, "One of these days, I'm gonna kill you, Ivy." She says as she, gets all angsty and storms out of your place. You never thought anything of it, but it appears that since then she has died, and for some reason she tried to kill you.
Um. Well, let's say yes. I know her. Vastor.
Hmm. I wonder what else we're gonna find in here.
Uh, Goran, so with me breaking the glass, I caused that.
You see the glass has self-healed since then, um, and you notice that the moth, the insects that are pinned, there's a certain luster that they had that is now gone, and the plexiglass seems a little bit older. The paneling behind seems a little bit more rotten. It looks slightly different, slightly more decrepit and old.
I have an idea.
Oh, let's hope this idea goes a lot better than your last one.
Well, considering the fact that when I attempted to break the glass, I ended up causing a gas to come out, and then after that, it lost some of the luster. Maybe that's what's holding it together.
Okay, so you're expecting us to just randomly hit parts of this building until we get out, is what you're insinuating.
No, not the whole thing. I was just like the spitballing some ideas. Hmm.
Well, I would like to give an idea. We find Maddie.
Wasn't your job to keep an eye on her, being as you brought her with you?
Well, it's hard to keep an eye on someone when there's a creature, uh, which is someone I know, in front of me, and then I see a dead corpse on my back. So yeah, it was kind of hard keeping an eye on her, Vastor. So can we actually go look for her before we even attempt an escape?
Are there any other doorways other than the one we came through for this room?
As you look back the way you came, the staircase that you walked down to get here is currently gone. And you see aisles upon aisles of this, like, insect museum.
Hmm. I have I have an idea. Like, he turns to Ivy. What was your girlfriend?
What?
How
What?
would you know that? He didn't say anything
Exactly.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I just
sorry,
said
that was
I
on me.
might. Hmm.
The ghast you saw was clearly in the visage of a wood elf, um, uh, who appeared to be about Ivy's age.
Hmm. Let's see if we can find it might be a shot in the dark, but let's see if we can find a wood elf.
Bashar's gonna look at you going, is that a joke?
No, because the fact of the matter is, you're, like, fought a wood elf, and you said this place is haunted, right?
Yeah, the dead are watching us, glaring at us with rage and anger at us just being in here. Which, personally, I think they should be mad at you because this was all your idea.
Let's see if we can find a wood elf corpse among the in the display cases.
Okay, now you're making sense because when you said, let's look for a wood elf, you have two standing right next to you.
As you look around the room for a wood elf, I would like everyone to roll for investigation, please.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I lost track of time.
No worries. You're just coming around while we're wandering around a haunted pocket dimension of a diorama.
Alright, Theory, I'm going to introduce your character in just a minute or two, but I real quick need to do something with the other players. Sorry about the wait here.
Gosh, thought that was in general, my
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I saw that. Unfortunately,
No problem.
This is my fourth 10 or fifth 10 today. This is getting annoying. Really annoying.
Alright, Gorand, you, while wandering up and down the aisles, you do come across a display case. Inside the display case is a wood elf about Ivy's age, looking similar to the ghost that you saw, but much, younger and more beautiful. She's resting in a tub of water, her wrists hanging out, and they appear to have been slashed. There's a bloody knife at the bottom of the tub with a note.
Goron yells out for Ivy.
just Ivy.
Well, you would hear it too.
Ivy, would you like to read the note at the bottom of the tub?
Yeah, sure.
It says,
Sure. Well,
"To all the men who broke my heart, I hope you're happy now."
wait, say it again.
The note written at the bottom of the tub says, "To all the men who broke my heart, I hope you're happy now."
Oh my god. Why you suck. Zeno, you just make me feel bad every time. This is the second time you do this to me. Ah,
All right, Theory. You got lost in the woods after being sent to gather some firewood, and as you come back to the diorama, the insect museum, you watch as your friends wander inside the museum. They're wandering inside a flat platform, and the door closes behind them without any of them touching it.
That doesn't seem good.
Sidor is outside, by the way.
I walk up and just knock on the door.
The door opens without you touching it.
I yell in, "Yo, guys! Hello? Can anyone hear me?"
As you shout, you hear your voice echo. You guys inside the building do not hear this.
Of course we don't.
As you look inside the door that you've just opened, you see that the straight platform has been replaced by a staircase going up, and you see a figure at the top of the staircase.
Hello?
You see at the top of the staircase there appears to be a moth folk. He looks at you, his antennae twitch, and he appears to be holding a large red sack, large enough to fit a person in.
Hi, I'm Fairy. Can I ask you a few questions? Could you come down here? Because I don't want these doors to close again.
You can see the moth folk stare at you, rotating its compound eyes to get a good look at you from multiple angles. Its antennae twitch again, and you can see movement inside the red sack.
Movement inside the red what?
Inside the red sack, the bag.
Do you need help with that?
In response, the moth folk snaps its head 180 degrees around and collapses to the ground.
I guess I'm going in. I run up and see what's going on.
All right. As you run up the stairs, Um, it feels like there's more stairs going up than you saw from outside. And as you look behind you, you show there's no door behind you, just a black stain on the wall where it used to be. And when you turn back to the top of the staircase, there's nothing there but a door slightly ajar.
The moth folk guy gone?
He is gone, and so is the bag.
A trap. Great. Oh, a portal or something. Guys, hello? Is anyone in here?
Do you walk through the door?
I'm already through the door and dashing up the stairs.
No, do you dash through the door at the top of the stairs?
Yes.
As you open up the door and walk through it, the door slams shut behind you, and you see that you are behind a plate of plexiglass. To your left and to your right are dead moth folk pinned to the wall with nails, crucified. And you, as you look behind, you show that your shadow behind you is also crucified. On the other side of the plexiglass is your party looking at a dead girl in a bathtub. They have their backs turned towards you.
Oh, shit. What did I just get myself into? Okay. I turn and am I able to walk up to the glass and like try to knock on it?
Yes, as you pound on the plexiglass, it rattles the crucified mothfolk on either side of you, and Ivy, Gorand, and Vashtar, you do hear pounding behind you.
Goran turns around, readying his axe.
Vashtar looks with his short sword pointed, and when he sees there, he'd be like, by Fatismos, how the hell did you get in this?
There, you hear their voice, but it is muffled through the thick layer of glass.
Goran goes, back. He motions to back away from the glass.
I happily do so.
I'm going to stop Goron for a second and be like, remember the last time you broke glass?
You have any better idea?
Regrettably, no. I'm just letting you know what to expect the moment you do.
Alrighty. Well, then, best be prepared. He goes for the swing.
As you slam your axe into the glass, it cracks. Theory, the aquarium style environment you're in really isn't all that deep. It's only about 5 feet deep. So that axe blade gets an inch from your nose as it comes forward.
I'm just gonna drop to the ground and cover.
As you do so, you see the glass start to wobble, and the moth folk that are pinned to the wall start to move and pull their hands free out of the wall. They start to look at you. Gorand, Ivy, and Vashtar, the glass is still in place. You cannot get to her immediately, but you can see the crucified moth folk coming down from their crosses and heading towards Theri.
Real quick, Zeno, I have a question because I don't think it states it, but I have a spell that might help. Maybe. Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. Could I use Misty Step to get in there and grab her and take her out?
You can see the space. There is an empty space. Yes, I'll allow it.
Alright. Looking over at freaking Goran going, well done, idiot. And I'm gonna Misty Step in right next to Theri, put my arm around her shoulder, and then Misty Step back out so that way we're back with the party.
As you do so, the animated dead moth folk start to bang against the glass, hitting it with the 9-inch nails that pin them to the wall, and you see these nails are starting to punch through.
Guys, what's going on here?
Goran yells to Ivy, "What did you? What? What does it say? Well, actually, no. He goes, "Let's get out of here."
We'll explain after we get away from those things.
I'm all
Okay.
for it.
You see as they punch their hands through the glass and try to get at you, the glass starts to heal and it pins them, their heads and hands trapped between the glass that's trying to heal over.
Yeah, I'm still voting get away just in case they get the supernatural strength to bust free.
Same.
Are there is there a head popping out of the glass?
Yes, both of their heads are through the glass.
Okay, yeah, I'll just shoot an arrow before I start running.
An arrow pierces their head and they growl and they go, ah, ah, and then it goes through their mouth and into the glass and it stops their head from wiggling and they just start to drool and bleed over the arrow.
Okay, great.
Hey, Goran, we'll hold up the rear in case they find a way to break through.
We're all darting away, finding a new location to at least where we can talk and fill therapy.
You guys do a large open space where there is a massive display case. Inside the display case appears to be a living room that you've been to many times before. This is Gozar's living room. Inside of the bedroom, you can see Lillian, Gozar's wife, kicking a drow through the chest, her foot going through its chest and through the wall. And there's another drow flanking her with a sword, bringing the sword down towards her exposed leg.
Is this all in frozen time, or is this like happening? Like they're constantly going through the motion.
They are all frozen in place. Their bodies are starting to decay. They are months old.
This is a lovely place.
All right. Well, that's disturbing. Anyway, to kind of fill you in, Theory, and to kind of like save in character dialogue, I'm going to tell her that we basically walked into this place. It turns out this place is like a pocket dimension for the supernatural. It did not originally exist on the map. So for some reason it exists now. It's everything around us is an illusion, save for any specters that may attack us that we've or undead, being as we discovered through gore and smashing glass. And for some reason we have yet to figure out how to get out, save for that maybe there might be a way out by finding like the right specter to call upon by shattering a certain display based off what we discovered with our last encounter.
So then the display I just ported into, could have been the one that we should have used to port out?
I don't think so. And if it was, then we probably might have lost it because the rooms are constantly changing. Nothing is straightforward here.
Well, I kind of have bad news for you guys too. I saw you guys go in, and I was too far to yell, and I saw the doors close automatically behind you, so I assumed it was a trap. I ran up, knocked on the door, and saw a moth folk holding a bag that looked like it had moving creatures in it. I believe that's what were inside.
We saw the same thing.
Hold up. Are you saying you think we might be inside that so-called bag the moth folk was using? Or
He
hold
kept he kept like moving it around and such, so I'm assuming so. It would make sense why everything keeps moving, why there seems to be no exit.
Can I roll like an arcana or insight on that theory?
You can do either, but only one.
Okay, I'm gonna roll insight to be just because that sounds like it would be the best. I need to get a general first. Damn it, of all times!
Your character has no idea if that's true or not.
Hmm.
That is a fucking interesting theory, though, and I'm like, eager to see if that's true. Holy shit.
Would I be able to roll a Arcana check to see?
Yes.
Oh, oh. Goran goes, that would explain something. I tried to contact my patron and it sounded muffled.
Nice.
You can feel there's magic coming from every wall, but the most is coming from the ceiling. And as you look up, at first glance, it appears to be an ordinary ceiling, just made out of wood. But as you look closer, it's not actually wood, it's fabric.
Guys, we're in the bag.
Goran looks, what do you mean?
There's magic coming from all sides, but majorly it's all coming from the top. And if you look up, you'll see that's not wood, that's fabric.
He looks up. Goran gets an idea. Ivy, shoot up towards the top.
Funny enough, you say that as soon as I'm back. What does he want me to do?
So to give you an idea on context for what you missed, Theory had a theory that we were probably inside that bag that we saw the moth folk kind of messing with, and well, so I tried rolling insight, it failed. She rolled Arcana, and she realized that a lot of the arcane focus was on the top of the ceiling. When she looked up, it wasn't wood we were seeing, but fabric. So her theory was confirmed, and now Gord's asking you to shoot up at the ceiling.
Okay. What would you guys recommend? The gambler's bow or the oath bow?
Dealer's choice.
Okay.
Pun
I'm
intended with the gambler bow.
okay. Fucking, I hate you. Hate you. I shoot with the gambler's.
Alright, as you move your gambler's bow up and fire, you can see the arrow puncture the fabric, and then you can see the arrow get stuck, slowly move back out. The fabric heals over it, and the arrow shoots back into your quiver.
Well,
You watch as the fabric self heals just like the glass around you.
well, I could put it on fire.
That actually might be a better idea.
The problem is we're still inside.
Yeah, I would think that's a horrible idea.
It might get us out, but I think we'd be at risk. That's the whole catch to it.
Might get our
Goran
corpses out.
Goran goes, well, I have one last thing I'm gonna try and do. He's gonna hand Vashtar's shield for him to hold. He's gonna take his battle axe and he's gonna pitch it up towards the top.
So you're throwing it.
Yep.
Well, your character is definitely strong enough to hurdle a battle axe, and as you do so, you see it punch through the fabric, making a nice tear in the fabric and getting stuck. You can see the face of the moth folk that you saw earlier looking down at you with a curious expression, rotating its compound eyes. It taps the axe and moves its finger across the tear, sealing it.
Can I? Never mind. You said it's sealed. Damn, I was gonna see if it can't cast firebolt out. It's fucking out.
Okay. Goran goes, all right. I'm one last idea. I'm gonna try and do the. He summons back his axe. Like, and he says, like, "All right, I'm gonna do the same thing, but Ivy, Vashtar, Sarah, do you have a bow?
Yep.
You shoot after my axe."
Actually, Vastra's gonna look over to Goran and go, wait a minute. Fairy, you can fly. If we can get an opening, can you get out and possibly get the bag away from that thing?
I can try.
All right, we'll try to cover you too from the thing, so that way it creates a distraction. But this will be our best chance of escape.
What about your Misty Step thing? Wait, Zeno, how close is the roof to us? Like the top of a display glass?
It's 20 feet up.
You can do within 30 feet. So if I put you, or if like we try to get you up to the top of the display glass, then you, once we get an opening up, I can fly out and you can Misty Step out.
That actually would work a lot better. This way, we're not, you're not alone, and we can actually divide and conquer. Once we get the others out, we'll have more of a fighting chance.
But we also have to be careful because this thing has a ton of undead in it. So as we get our friends out, we got to make sure we don't release a horde of undead also.
That is very true. I can easily burn the bag once we get our friends out, and that could deal with any undead that's in it.
That could work.
Goran goes, "Funny thing is, I can do that too."
Either way, we have an escape plan. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Okay. He asks for Goran asks for his shield back.
I hand it back.
Don't want it going with him. But he puts it on his back, and he pitches his axe again.
All right.
We have to get them on top of the display case first.
Okay. Never mind. Stopping. Okay, we're gonna.
All right, so I can like teleport us on the other side of that display case, and you can fly us out. Correct? That's the plan I'm getting. Right?
That'll work if you can get yourself and, well, Goran or whoever it was who said they can also Misty Step, then just get on top of the display case and then we'll try to do this.
All right. I think I'm the only one that can Misty Step, and I got one shot left. So let's do this.
Goran can too.
Oh, you can't. Oh, poor Ivy.
The fact of the matter is, he's gonna stick around with Ivy because Ivy's hurt, and
I became full health after I healed. If you want to leave me, you can.
Well,
yeah, but
here's the thing. I like what I did with Fairy. You can take Ivy with you.
Oh, okay, right.
All right, I'm putting all of you on pause because Gozar's been here for a hot minute. So think about what you want to do with your plan while I go through this with Gozar. All right, Gozar, you walk back to camp holding some dry firewood that you gathered for the party because they were going to start a fire for the night. But you see your entire group and Maddie walk inside the insect museum, inside the diorama, and the door shuts behind them.
As I see this happen, I'm just gonna be like, fucking assholes.
To be fair, you left us. I'm sorry, continue.
All right,
Sorry,
Gozar.
I'm also trying to pull up Discord and my character.
Do you follow them inside?
Yes.
All right. As you do so, You see that they walked into a flat platform, but as you walk through the door, you see there is a staircase at the top instead. And at the top of the staircase, there is a moth folk figure holding a red bag. And it looks like this.
I will look at this as soon as Discord wants to pull up on my laptop. Oh, never mind. It's that thing from earlier. How friendly does it look?
What's the opposite of friendly?
All right, that is what I.
Alright, so what do you do?
I will call out, guys, where the fuck did you go?
None of you can hear his call.
After a moment of not hearing anyone's response, I will pull out my battle axe and my shield and start walking up the stairs towards the figure.
As you walk up the stairs, you can see the moth folk at the top twitch its antennae and snap its head around 180 degrees and collapse. As you get to the top of the stairs, it looks like just there's nothing there. Like you blink and it's gone, and there's nothing but a door.
This will kind of startle Gozar, and he'll just like hesitantly go in.
You walk into the next room, and you're on the. You find yourself staring at a slate of plexiglass, and the door behind you vanishes. On either side of you, there are dead moth folk who appear to be stuck inside the plexiglass. On the other side of the plexiglass, you can see you see something you saw not that long ago. You can see your wife Lillian with her foot kicked through a drow, through the wall. A battle raging scream plastered over her frozen face. And you can see another drow pose with its sword above her leg. You do not see your friends.
Is she holding? Well, does she look like she's still pregnant?
Yes.
Does she look like a corpse?
Yes. As a matter of fact, she looks more desiccated and decayed than she was when you saw the actual body.
Wait, I thought I never saw the body.
Oh, that's right. You saw the leg, and you can see her along with her leg still there. And the leg you saw was dead, maybe a couple of days old. The corpse you see before you looks several months old.
I'm going to put my shield and axe away, and I'm going to pull out the maul and just start beating on the plexiglass, trying to get to my wife.
As you slam your maul into the glass, you can see your wife's face appear inside of the broken glass.
I'm going to keep breaking the glass until I can get to her.
Shouldn't we be hearing him pounding on glass? Because we're not too far away.
As a matter of fact, you see and hear nothing.
Well, shit.
So, Gozar, you spend several minutes pounding on the glass, breaking the visage of your wife, but every time you do, the glass heals. And we're going to put you on hot pause. What is the rest of the party doing?
How high up is the display cases?
The display cases are 15 feet high, the ceiling is 20 feet high.
Bashtar, can you jump that?
Uh, I have a dexterity of 15. Can I make that jump?
20 feet straight up? No. 5 feet up? Yes.
Yeah, I was referring to the display case, not the actual.
You would still have to roll for acrobatics, but yes, you could definitely make a jump like that with a reasonable check.
All right, I'll make the attempt.
Before he does that, Garun stops him and holds out a length of rope. I can hear you through the door, but I can't hear you through the mic.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Push to talk. Bastar's gonna take the rope and he's gonna look on up and make.
Have to take my dog out real quick. I'll be back.
All right, no problem.
Alright, so what's the plan? What are you doing?
Jumping up. Oh, I rolled an 11. I don't think that's high enough.
So, with an acrobatics check of 15, you can climb on top of the plexiglass. The fabric ceiling is still intact over your heads. What do you do?
I lower down the rope.
Alright, the rest of your party is easily able to get on top of the display case.
Fairy don't need rope though. She can fly. God, I wish I knew about that elf.
Yeah, Garun takes the rope back again and coils it up neatly, putting it back in his pack.
All right, so our plan is to get out and burn the bag and fight whatever's on the other side.
Yep.
All right, I got Fairy, you got Ivy.
Alrighty. He grabs onto the back of Ivy's armor.
Okay.
I'm going to put my arm around to Fairy's shoulder and. All right, 3, 2, 1, and if we're both casting Misty Step to get the fuck.
Zup! What to do?
Alright, you throw your axe, you make a small tear in the burlap sack that is your ceiling, just enough for you to see the true ceiling beyond it, and you both misty step outside, returning to your normal sizes. You are standing next to an empty bag, and you can see the twitchy, creepy moth folk staring at you with a look of surprise. As the bag collapses over, the hole sort of gets larger and larger and larger until it crumbles, and you can see Gozar in a tiny mouse-sized form still bashing away at the glass. Gozar, you look up and you see the ceiling has been lifted, and your friends are towering many times your size above you.
Garun will reach down and pick him out.
Gozar, as you are picked out, you get larger the higher up you get, until you're too large to be pulled up by the fingers and you're the same size as everybody else. And you see this twitchy moth folk beyond you.
I would
I
have
would
been
like.
actively fighting against it the entire time because Gozar's one mission right now is to try and free the corpse of his dead wife.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to rule that he's many times larger than you, that he can just grab you and pick you out.
As Gozar gets pulled out, he just collapses and starts crying.
I'm gonna cast Burning Hands on this fucking moth folk.
You see the moth folk stare at you blankly, and he does not get out of the way. Roll for damage.
So he's not gonna make the attempt for the deck save?
He's just going to make direct eye contact with you the entire time.
Eight damage.
That's in general.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
No, we're not gonna fuck
No,
you.
thank you.
Ew.
Was not an offer.
Language.
Yes, Mom. 7.
Alright, you obliterate this visage, and you see right before the flames touch him, he looks at you and smiles, and then he's blasted by a wall of flames, and as they dissipate, there is nothing there, not even ashes. You all feel a dozen eyes glaring at you as you are still inside the diorama.
Okay, Goran's gonna take the sack, roll it up and put it away.
You guys hear chanting and clinking in the distance.
I don't know about you, Bashtar, Hobgoblin, not a Hobgoblin, but Bugbear. We should get out.
We haven't even killed the moth eater that's here, though. And if we don't finish it, odds are other people will fall prey to this thing.
Gozar, as you say that, finally gets up from crying, and he just has a blank stare in his face, and just starts walking into the other room.
As you're about to walk away, you all see this figure approach you.
Who did the what? What the fuck?
You see a cleric holding a censer at the end of a large pole, a mace in one hand, a shield in another, a crown on his head, and he goes, "Well, you escaped basement level 3. You're smarter than most."
Basement level 3? What the fuck said how?
"Welcome to basement level 2. There's more to go."
I will look at the rest of the party, and I'll go like, enemy.
"Well, that depends. Are you here to help me on my mission?"
Your mission would be?
"To cleanse this place. This place is tortured by lost souls. Souls lost in horrible conditions. Too angry and incomplete to be welcomed into the warm embrace of Fotismus. I come to silence them and put them to rest."
One of those death houses, ain't it?
"The souls that are too in pain, too angry, too impure to pass on get trapped here."
Yeah, Godazar is a fun house, death house, is what this is. Baxter's gonna look over at this cleric and be like, "What is your name?"
One moment. For some reason, I didn't have that ready. Unknown why.
Can I make a perception check or insight check on this creature to see if it isn't that one character that I encountered in the one-on-one?
Absolutely. You can make either check. As you do so, he goes, "My name is Chitin."
So Chitin, as in like what I learned about a kingdom that used to be here.
He goes, "Ah, not many people remember the old kingdom. They've been scrubbed from the history books, as it were." He bangs his shield on the glass, and you can hear it doesn't sound like wood or metal. It sounds like some other hard, crusty material. And he goes, "This is made from the thorax of my ancestors. I may look like a moth folk, but before there were moth folk as you know them, we were part of a diverse group of insect folk. Of course, they don't record that war in the history books. They try to scrub that history. You can thank your princess for that."
Thought something was off when I read the books.
"So, will you accompany me on freeing some of these lost souls?"
Well, we're here to kill a moth eater, which I'm assuming is part of why this place is like this. But if our objectives coincide with one another, I can't see why we wouldn't help you free some of these spirits along the way.
Gozar, with your natural 1 perception check, you have zero confidence that this person isn't actually the person you encountered earlier, and you're so overwhelmed by emotion that you can't even think straight, and this gnawing paranoia that this is not who he says he is eating away at your mind.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
So we're out. We saw the buff folk guy. I tried doing burning hands and he disappeared. And we found out we're in the third basement level. We were in the third basement level in that bag.
Second,
We're in.
and now we're in second.
Yep. We are, from what Godazar came to the assumption, a funhouse death house. I've survived one of these solo. Zero knows. Best.
Oh, yeah, you remember how I do. I'm sure our audience doesn't if we ever get one, but you know how this goes.
I'm pretty sure we get some audience. I mean, I share this at least on Twitter and with some friends that are interested in D&D. So
I hope we get a following. I think it would be great. But no, you see him, he turns his back to you and he walks deeper into the diorama. Do you follow him? And also, Gozar, what do you do as your suspicions creep in the back of your mind?
Do I remember anything that I might have said to them or that they would have said to me that would have been a dead giveaway? Like maybe the way they pronounced something.
When you encountered this person earlier, they did have a very distinct, slow, careful way of speaking. You can absolutely make an insight check to see if this person speaks in any way the same speech patterns.
As he does that, who is this person? What's going on?
oh yeah, he's here to cleanse the place and release the spirits. That's what he told us. And yeah, I wanted to know if we were going to help him. And honestly, I told him that we were here to kill a moth eater. But if our objectives coincide with one another, I don't see what reason why we couldn't help.
Gozar, with your 12, even though it's a low check, it's enough to tell that this person has a completely different speech pattern than the person you encountered on your one shot. By the way, do you inform the party of what you encountered when you returned home?
I will inform them of the basics, but not the person or their work.
So the party hasn't actually seen the episode aside for one player, so you'll actually have to tell them what happened.
Oh, right. So what happened was I went back home to see what happened, and Unlike anything else, the town was completely quiet. There was basically no one to be seen, which is unheard of in our town. Um, I went back to my house, first of all, to see the state it was in, and it was ransacked. Saw my wife's severed leg stuck through the chest of a drow, well, an elf and a wall, which I discovered they were drow. The what was Pippin again?
Pippin, wasn't he the halfling?
Something was in the princess's court, and he came by and asked me what was going on. I told him that I was just trying to see if it was true, and they said a couple days after we had left at night, they broke into all of our homes and kidnapped all of our family and friends, basically. And they called it the Night of Broken Glass. And he said because, and he just like pointed at a window that was broken out. And so I then went to the princess to report my findings, and I ended up interrogating everyone in the castle, the princess included, and I also had myself interrogated by the princess, and found out that there was a few drow that was working for the princess, although one of them seemed to just be wanting to not die, so they were just hiding, not being evil, which was the first drow I found, by the way, Zeno. And the second one I found kept like sticking their foot out of a zone of truth that I had going. And so I told them not to move their feet, repeated all the questions, found out that they were also bad. Then the character happened. I don't want to explain that because Gozar feels that's something he personally needs to take care of. And there was also a spider in the back of one of the advisors who I managed to get the spider out by poking it with a dagger and using my divine smite on it, which was pretty cool. I ended up losing the spider, but warned everyone before I left about it. Then I made my way back.
So, was that person in the display case actually your wife?
The person in the glass case, yes, that was. The one that had their leg going through a dress.
I'm so sorry, Grotazar.
This is the second time Zeno's done something with my character's family.
So wait, this is a drow then in front of us who's gonna go cleanse the spirit, but we know it's all just a Walking Dead. So is he trying to get a Walking Dead army, committing suicide, or what's going on?
Well, he says he's a motherfucker that's here to. He's a cleric that's here to cleanse the place and free it, and that's all he told us. So we could help him out and just be suspicious of him and see what happens later, or we can try to take him out now. But honestly, with Godazar and Maddie's missing because Maddie came in with Ivy and Maddie ended up disappearing. We don't know where Maddie is at the moment. Apparently, she wasn't in the glass case because actually, you know what, Zeno, can I look at that glass case that we pulled that grew and pulled Godazar out and see if Maddie is still in there?
Yes, you can. Make a perception check. I'll give you advantage, but you do still need to actually find what you're looking for.
Gareth.
Also, I would have told them about those death houses, but I don't remember much about them. Can you tell them about them, Z?
The death houses?
Yeah, that the one person was talking about.
I don't remember you going to a death house.
No,
Well,
he's
I
talking
never
about
went
the.
to one, but I was told about them.
Oh, you were told about the House of the Undead you were told about is the place you're in right now.
Yes, but I don't remember any of the details that I was given.
All you were told is that there's that there was a high spiritual activity in this particular area where you're at now, and it was alluded to that the people who die don't go into Photismos' arms. They may or may not stay trapped on this plane, haunting a certain place, which you have now pieced together is the place that you're in.
Okay, and I definitely would have told the party about that as well.
So basically, you were told a bunch of information that the party has figured out by playing in this particular session.
All right.
I rolled a 22.
You can see Maddie is completely lost, running through the this sort of labyrinth of just aisle after aisle after aisle of dead moth folk and dead bodies, and she is losing her shit. She's so tiny you can barely hear her, but you can just hear this high-pitched screaming as she's running through the halls looking for you guys.
This is only going to make it worse. I'm going to pick her up. It's ever so gently and pull her out of that.
You're not trying to be intimidating, so I'll give you disadvantage, but make an intimidation check.
God damn it.
Rolls to nat 20s.
She rolled an 8 on her wisdom save, but you have disadvantage on intimidation, so maybe you'll roll lower?
Yay, 4!
Excellent. So, even though you're this massive creature reaching down below on a terrified little girl, she sees your face, recognizes you, and doesn't panic and try to stab you in the hand with her rapier. And you're able to pull her out and pull her next to you, and she's just freaking the fuck out, wildly flailing her rapier, going, "What the fuck is going on?"
Get a grip, soldier.
I have been running for 3 hours!
Bastar's gonna
I
grab
have
onto.
been falling for 30 minutes.
Exactly what I was thinking, Goatsnare.
Bastar's gonna grab onto Maddie's shoulders with both his hands and look her dead in the eyes and basically say, Maddie, focus, calm down, and don't leave our side again. We are currently in a pocket dimension of filled with supernatural and spiritual activity, and you running around on your own is not going to help.
Hey, I didn't run anywhere. I looked away, I looked back, I'm holding on to a dead body.
Know the feeling.
Same.
Well, whatever happened, please ensure and try to make sure it doesn't happen again. I know it's not your fault, but we can't keep being separated. All right?
I understand. Let's get the fuck out of here. You guys have been walking and talking the entire time, and as you've done so, Chitin has been taking his sensor and spreading this sort of holy mist throughout the place, and you can feel the spirits recoil from this holy mist. And he goes, "There's quite a few lost souls trapped in this place. Is there anyone in particular you're looking for? Who knows? Maybe they're here."
an investigation check on him.
You can make an insight check, perception check, or arcana check.
I would like to do a
as he-
detect magic on him as we're walking.
As he says, as he asks that, I'll be like, I'm looking for my wife, an unborn child.
Theory, which check did you roll?
Insight.
As far as you can tell, he appears to be honest and genuine about his intentions.
I'll share that with the group somewhat and, like, being quieter.
All right. Now, you mentioned that you want to get in touch with your wife and daughter, correct?
My wife, an unborn child, yes.
Yes. Okay. He goes, I will try to divine their location. Put your hand on my shoulder and see through my eyes.
I will do so.
As you put your hand on his shoulder and close your eyes, you can see through his own, and your vision just sort of zooms forward, almost like astral projection, and you start wandering through this sea of souls until you can see two blurry feminine figures, one of which with wings, the other one does not, and they are currently fighting and beating the living hell out of each other. Your vision recedes back into your own eyes, and you know the location of the fight.
I'm immediately rushing there.
Oh, God damn it. What did I just tell Maddie Godazar?
I follow,
And
dragging Maddie by the collar.
Basher's gonna follow as well.
I'm gonna grab the guy who's doing stuff. Say, just let's all stick together. We'll try to work together. Let's just follow and see what's going on.
I follow.
All right. As you rush towards this room, you see there are two ghosts in the middle of a heated combat. One of which you immediately recognize as Sete, who is beating the living crap with punch after punch after punch to a wood elven female who is currently surrounding herself with the sort of mystical astral projection of moths, and she looks like this.
Wait.
Gozar, you immediately recognize your wife, the indomitable fighter Lillian.
As I see them fighting, I will shout as loud as I can, stop!
As you do so, your wife is already mid-swing, and she's like, bandits belong in hell! And she runs her longsword through Sete's form, pinning her to the ground. You see Sete vomit ectoplasm, cough, and then they both turn their heads and look at you.
And I'll just, as they both turn towards me, I'll point towards Sete and I'll be like, Lillian, that is a friend. And then I'll point towards Lillian and I'll say, Sete, that is my wife.
Well, your wife just stabbed me, so could you make her not?
I'm just going to give Lillian the look.
Lillian retracts her blade, flicks the ectoplasm off of it, and sheathes her spectral sword, and she goes, I was raised to kill bandits.
Guys, you're in a
Well,
death
this
house.
one-
This guy's been through a lot. Can you guys not kill each other in front of him, please? Thank you.
And as she says that, I'll just like, well, that one happened to save my life. And then I'm going to rush over to her and try and hug her.
As you rush over to her, there's a semi-solid form made of ectoplasm that you just sort of wrap your arms around, but as soon as the slightest pressure is applied, you can feel the body collapse, and her ghostly visage just sort of forms around you, and you pass through her.
I'm gonna quickly look to the cleric, the mothful cleric, and just say, "You said the spirits that are the people that die here, their spirits get trapped here. Yet I can say for certain that Sete did not die here. Why is her spirit trapped?"
None of the souls who are here died here. They were brought here, collected, and their souls became chained to this place, forced to haunt it for, as far as I can tell, the end of time. That's why I'm trying to purify this place, find the source of whatever's holding these spirits together, and let them pass on into the warm embrace of Fortismos.
Collected, you say? To what purpose?
I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
My character's gonna kind of just stare at Sete and be like, I'm so sorry we couldn't save you.
Sete is just gonna start to, hack up some ectoplasm. She's gonna be like, it's all good. I forgive you. Being a ghost isn't all bad. Usually it doesn't hurt, except when you get stabbed!
Goran says, "So you died you died honorably."
I died defending my friends, and despite trying my damnedest to clutch the hand of Fotismos and return home, I was torn from her embrace and dragged kicking and screaming to this hellhole.
Well, it could be worse. You could not be able to drink alcohol and not get drunk. Oh, wait.
Ha ha, very funny.
Can I roll
That's just gonna give us a slice burg.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I cast Cure Wounds on her, if it would work?
Your characters know, based on lore and common knowledge, that you cannot cure wounds on the dead.
That's
Sete kind of, rolls her shoulders and, she acts like she's cracking her neck, but she doesn't have a spine anymore, so it doesn't make a sound. And she goes, well, not for nothing, but I feel a little bit stronger than when I died. I have been fighting ghosts and creepy spirits for what feels like years, and I think I've gotten a little bit stronger.
Goran scratches his nose and goes, "What did you feel when you got dragged here?"
Claws. Burning claws piercing into my abdomen and back and dragging me across the ground, my face in the mud. I could feel the twig snapping against my skin as I was pulled here by force, but I could not see anything dragging me when I looked for it.
Well, that's horrifying. You know what? I think we all should get some good night's sleep, enjoy the nightmares we get, and see what happens. Being very sarcastic, by the way.
Well, that's just about the only nice thing about being a ghost is I don't need sleep.
Sign me up, please.
No problem. Hold still, and she pulls out her maul.
Wait, pause. Sarcasm, and a bit of respect for that feat, but do not want to die and be trapped here either. No offense, by the way, no offense. Don't take offense. I'm just saying it's a feat that should have honor with it, like an honorable death, not just a quick spear through the heart because I don't like living.
She just kind of smiles at you and goes, no, I get it. No offense taken. Gozar, your wife Lillian, kind of looks at you with a soft gaze and she goes, it's good to see you again. I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but it feels like it's been years.
did they do to you?
They cut off my leg, threw me in a red sack, and dragged me into some sort of dungeon filled with drow that weren't shy about exposing their face. I was tied up and thrown in a cell with a bunch of other women, children, the elderly, family members of noblemen, royal guards families, politicians families, everyone of value. And we were all strapped to some sort of magical device, and our fingers were all cut off. I don't know what happened, but I felt a surge of pain, and all of us became ghosts.
Sounds like they're powering some kind of device up.
And what of our child?
She pulls out a small bag, and she opens it up to you, and you show the soul of a partially developed fetus. It's somehow, just barely walking the line between disgusting and beautiful. Like, you can tell this was a life that was meant to live, mercilessly cut short.
Yeah, just keep digging that knife deeper there, Zeta.
So you died without honor.
I was 1 month pregnant and I still fought to the last man. I killed at least 9 of them, I know I did.
That's the highest honor then. I say shooting Goran like the meanest stare ever.
If I wasn't
You
crippled
should-
by morning sickness, I would have killed them all. I swear I would have. I did not go down, a coward, Gozar.
I'm just gonna look at Goran and you say, just remember, you're part of the reason all this happened.
Do you even know it was part of that reason? Because again, you left. I don't think we told.
From what Zeno told me, he said that unless the party had ulterior motives, you guys would have told me.
Okay.
Maddie would have told him if you guys didn't.
All right, I wasn't aware that was disclosed. I probably missed that part at the start of the video.
My character quickly gets between Godazar and Goran. Okay, yes, Goran was very insensitive just right now, but let's not bring any other things to play at the moment. We already are like in a death trap, so let's just focus on the here and now. We're all friends. We've had some great reunions. Let's see if we can free them and see if we can save the day here, guys. Okay? Okay?
Completely ignoring Diary as she tries to calm us down. Gozar will continue on with, and by the way, I actually saw my house after they were kidnapped and were killed. She fought. I'm guessing she was the only one that fought. And if you had any family or friends, I'm pretty sure they did. So whose family actually died on her?
Vastro's gonna look at Gozar going, my mother died fighting the man that caused all this. And I held her in my arms. She was dead last I knew, and Flutter came approaching saying, oh, she's very much alive. Yet I held her dead, lifeless body in my hands. So, before you go off insinuating that everyone here doesn't know your pain, make sure you know the facts.
Vashtar, as you get heated and you shout that at your ally, you feel a warm touch on your shoulder, and your mother's voice whisper into your ear. She was lying. She was trying to deceive you to get under your skin.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Hey, out of character. Hey, I was calling that shit, but I had no further proof that she was lying or not, Godazar. I was trying to call that shit. So I had no evidence to prove that anyone that she said that she had captured with a bomb attached to them was really there. Right? I am now just learning. Go, your wife was that one. I had no
All,
idea.
all,
So
all Gozar was going to say was, at least you got to hold her while she was dying. I didn't even get that chance.
all right, so Vashta's gonna look over his shoulder to see if she's there or if she's gone.
Your mother is still there, smiling at you, and she goes, "It is so good to see your face again. I thought I never would."
Vashta is gonna be thoroughly surprised. Like his calm, like serious demeanor is gonna go from that to surprised and shocked and speechless. He's not gonna know how to process this. He didn't even think his mother would be here, and he's just gonna go, Bastard Delvazar.
If it makes you feel any better, I set his plans back at least a few months.
His life should be, his spirit should be here, not you. He deserves far worse than his plans being set back.
She goes, "My son, I understand your pain. I feel it too. But you must focus." And she puts her hands on your face. Dalvazar is going to take over the Moth Eater Kingdom, and he is taking over the Moth Folk Kingdom, and he is going to do it by building his own Moth Eater.
Vashar's gonna hear this and he's gonna be puzzled and surprised, but he's gonna take a deep breath, try to calm down like his mother said, and go, How?
By collecting the body parts of the Moth Eaters that you have slain on your journey. Everything you've been doing has been falling right in his hands.
Well, this is encouraging, everyone.
Oh, this is a lot of character, but well. And now we know why those drow are very protective of the uh, bodies of moth eaters in that chest. Well,
The only one he was able to kill on his own is the one that's haunting this place now. He has all the parts he needs.
and that damn book I found was no coincidence that I found it. He fucking planted that, didn't he?
He's planted a lot of evidence along the way. He's doing nothing but twisting you and manipulating you. And I don't know how he plans 100% on accomplishing his plan. I don't know how he plans on accomplishing this takeover detail by detail, but I know that he cannot be stopped. He will raise the Queen Mori's castle to the ground unless you stop him. And if you don't stop him, my death will have been for nothing. Do not disappoint me, son.
I don't plan to. I got a scroll with Talvazar's name on it. And I'm gonna ensure that he is sent to the worst place imaginable.
So, as inspirational as that whole speech was, let's take a step back. We are in a place of dead. How do we know, since it's all magical and like a death trap and all that, that these things are actually loved ones and not just, I don't know, spells or illusions or something to make us do what they want to? Because if so, that was a damn good speech.
Garazar, do you feel that your wife is possibly an illusion, a figment of your imagination? because I can say for certainty when I held up my family crest and my mother's ring in my hand and whispered her name, she's no mere illusion.
Can I reach out with my paladin senses to see if these are their actual souls or just some figments that have been made?
Make an Arcana check with advantage because you are a paladin and this is your specialty.
Goats are, yeah, too late.
Damn it, I was all excited and everything too. Fuck.
That would be a dirty 20, my friend.
No, you sent it in general, so you have to send it in dice rolls.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry, Getazar.
Please make all rolls in the... Damn it, Ivy. Please make all rolls in the dice roll chat. 17. That's still a good roll. As you reach towards your wife, you can feel that the love, the compassion, the strength, the courage, there's no one else on earth with this combination of qualities and this genuine love. There's no way she is not exactly who she says she is.
All I know is this is my life.
Well, in that case, I'm pulling out that spear that was stabbed in my head that I've been carrying around, and I am seeing if any of those motherfuckers who stabbed me and put me in this area is anywhere in this place.
Absolutely. Make an investigation check as you look for their bodies.
Can I do something after Terry's done?
Theory, you don't find any evidence of them. You don't know if they're dead or alive because you know you just got lost as you tried to wander around.
Yay!
Ivy, what did you say?
Ivy wanted to, since she had given her longbow to Sete before she died, she took it afterwards, but she wants to maybe try and talk to her, check if she's here.
Yeah, if you want to talk to her, she's right there. Go ahead.
Uh, uh, man, I just, since I have no one important in my life, I thought I might as well take the chance and apologize to you, since partly all our faults, especially mine, that you're dead. Sorry.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and she goes, "Don't worry about it. I died in battle. I fought to the last drop of blood, and I didn't stop until my head was bitten clean off. I lived the life I wanted to, and I died the way I wanted to. So don't feel bad."
You wanted to get your head bitten off?
That wasn't in the plan. But no, I'm just happy I died in battle, is all I meant to say.
Okay, I'm glad you died the heroes that you had hoped for.
Now come on, let's get to the next floor. Everybody get the hell out of my way! And she slams her maul on the ground, and all of the evil spirits lurking around you suddenly vanish, and you no longer feel their eyes on you. And you can see the illusory maze around you straightens and lengthens, and you see nothing but an empty hallway and a staircase ahead of you.
We should keep you around more often.
I can't wait to show off my new trick. And she punches her open hand.
Random question. You guys could hear us if, I don't know, we yelled from the next floor or so, right?
I don't think so.
Asking Sete, asking if the spirits can hear better than us.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
So basically, if I just yell, "Hey, if anyone knows who I am, Theory, please come talk to me," how far is that yell going to go, or am I going to have to repeat it on each floor?
The call would only go out to this particular floor.
Is it worth it? Is it not? Okay, I'm now setting it to every time we enter a floor, I yell that. Hopefully to get some answers about my mysterious past.
Goran's just gonna stare at her as if she's lost a few brain cells.
Yo, dude, watch where you're looking. Remember, when's the last time you've woken up? Every memory you've had jerked from you with a spear in your head. Also realizing, you could have family members dead, you could not. You could have someone at home waiting for your return, or you couldn't. You have no idea. So watch where
He just just looks at her going, "What a strange elf," and just looks away.
Vashar's gonna kind of smile and try to reach out for his mother's hand, but goes right there and goes, "Bye, mother. I'll let my little brother Aster know you said hi." As he turns around and starts walking for the party.
You hear her say, "I don't have the strength to fight alongside you, but I think your friends do." And Sete and Lillian will walk alongside the party as they approach the door.
Yeah, and if you were to try to make her participate, I'm kind of wondering how that would work, being as I made her to be an illusionist wizard. Ghost making illusions. Woo.
Based on what you can see, she appears to be substantially weaker than Sete and Lillian for reasons you're not fully aware of. So she's going to hang back and let you guys fight. Alright, does everyone walk through the next door?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
kind of skipping because I am so bored and ready for something interesting to happen.
As all of you walk through the door, Theory, make a wisdom saving throw.
Just Theory?
Just Theory.
That's never good.
You do not take damage, but you still see visions of your past assault your mind as soon as you see what's beyond the door. You remember being surrounded, people you trusted stabbing you repeatedly, your broken, bloody body leaning up against a tree, and you remember seeing some horrible creature, a man-sized evil moth with a long tongue, slurping, slashing at your chest. And then you see him come for your face as you remember feeling a spear puncture through the top of your head. And this creature that you remember, it is the last thing you saw before you died, is in front of you now, ready to take on the entire party.
Side note, I didn't say skipping as in skipping contact. I meant like walking skipping. That's it. That I was excited to leave. I just realized how bad that probably sounded.
I got that. I did.
I did too. Just the fact that it feels like she was going, "Oh, I'm bored."
No, it's my character. You all had reunited with people. I thought it was interesting to watch, and there's another door.
All right.
And what is behind door number one?
I posted a
Oh,
picture
it's
of
a
it.
path. I know, I saw. I was just making a joke.
That thing's horrifying.
Alright, shall we all roll for initiative, or do we get to do something?
Nope. As you guys open the door frame moves around you and disappears behind you, and you can see the restless moth eater, its long proboscis whipping in the air. It roars and snarls and at you. Everyone roll for initiative.
Are you gonna start the initiative, or are we just?
No, we're doing the check.
Gino never does that. Oh my god, a good roll. That's crazy. I'm not used to that life.
I think this is my first bad initiative roll with Gozar.
Chirp.
Just before the encounter, Vastra's gonna kind of say to the party, "I'm running low on mana here. I can only cast so many spells at the moment."
Not enough mana.
You must construct additional pylons.
Spawn more overlords.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
Okay, so that's all the NPCs and enemies. Does everybody have their initiative posted? Fabulous.
What about the cleric?
What about the Moth cleric?
Yeah, Chitin.
Oh, right. Where did he go? Why don't I have him pulled up?
Gino, was this the terrifying moth when I first joined? When I told you I'm scared of moths. Was this the one you were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have nightmares about this. I'm not even joking.
My niece is also afraid of moths, so actually no, she's afraid of butterflies. Never.
Butterflies are amazing. Moths are terrifying. Why do they have hair? They're insects. They shouldn't have hair.
Spiders have
What
hair.
else worse? Bees. How the fuck can bees fly?
No one said I'm not afraid of spiders. Also,
And bees have hair as well. And they fly.
I'm also terrified of them.
Caterpillars also have hair.
Bees pretty
Look.
much Bees pretty much if you leave them alone, you're good. Spiders though, like those things just pop out of nowhere.
And then there's wasps. You know, the evil bugs.
I don't know. I've had bees like harass me. Like I had no. I was just like working outside in the parking lot at McDonald's in my town, and I was like dealing with the trash, and a bee like flew in my fucking face. It was bugging me. I swatted it, killed it, and then as I'm trying to continue my work, another bee flies in my face. Swatted it, killed it. As I go to fucking do my job again, this time I'm greeted with a bumblebee. I bolt back to the store.
All right, I think that's everybody. Do I have everybody in here? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Autismos!
Not what he asked.
Alright, so you are in a 100-foot cube. Chitin takes the lead, and you see him swing his sensor and charge forward, trying to smash this ugly son of a bitch in the face with it. Alright, you see him slam his sensor at the end of his chain like a flail, bringing it down on top of the creature's head. And you see radiant light explode from the Moth Eater. Just this radiant shimmering from the end of his sensor. And he deals 6 damage. Let me just make sure he doesn't have any bonus actions. He does. He is then going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and his Spiritual Weapon is another sensor, which he is then going to swing over his head and slam into the Moth Eater again. That is also a hit. Alright, and he deals 11 force damage with that. And then he ends his turn. Alright, Ivy, it is your turn.
Okay. Ivy's gonna try out her new bow, the Oath Bow, and she's just gonna say something to it. Swift defeat to my enemies, and swift death to those who have wronged me. Basically, just making the Moth my sworn enemy. And she's gonna shoot.
Fire away.
Oh, and since he's my enemy, I get advantage.
Nice.
Sworn enemy. I know this doesn't hit. I'm using lucky.
A
Wait,
13
Moth.
hits.
Oh. Okay. Let me roll the 3D. Yeah, I deal 27 damage. And what do I do? Oh yeah, bonus action planar warrior against the Moth. And I end my turn.
Alright, you can see that your attack was powerful. So powerful that it shook the building that you're in. But the restless Moth Eater just recomposes itself. And it looks like it's still almost at full strength. Fairy, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use I think it's pronounced Godendag, and I am going to run up and stab the thing as I shout the phrase, "Hello, how are you?"
Alright, roll for hit.
Hello, how are you?
Trying to see. Actually, I think I was supposed to plus something to hit. It's not showing me though. Where would I see if I'm supposed to plus something onto a weapon to hit?
No, it's already calculated on your character sheet. If it has a bonus to hit, it's already there.
Okay, then I missed completely.
No, because she's not using like the D&D Beyond average. So, well, it would go in your actions and just look for the hit or slash DC for it. You're gonna see if you have to add any bonus.
Yeah, but it's still on her D&D Beyond character sheet. It's a +1 weapon, and that +1 is already factored in on your character sheet. What the Hello, How Are You does is it, when she makes a successful attack, add an additional 2d6 radiant damage.
Yeah, I think he's right. I don't think I did that at all.
Nope. Okay. That was a action. If you you can spend one more charge to use the bonus action, the Good Day attack.
I'll do that.
All right, roll for hit.
Good day. Yes. What?
Swing and a miss.
I'm just overcome by emotion.
You have one charge on your weapon left. Now it is Lillian's turn, and you can see she draws her sword back. There's this swirling of emerald moths that gather around her blade, and she charges forward with her rapier and goes in for the strike. And an 18 hits the armor class. Let me roll damage. And she deals 7 force damage because she is a ghost. You can see that she ran her spear all the way through the creature, and it just sort of glared at her. And even as she's pulling out the rapier, it seems only mildly wounded. She's like, guys, I think we're going to need to bring the big guns. He's not getting hurt as much as he should. She is going to end her turn. Next in initiative order is Maddie. Maddie is going to also take out her... she is going to use Dissonant Whispers and force it to make a Wisdom saving throw. Which it fails. And she deals 9 psychic damage to the creature. Next in initiative order, it is the Restless Moth Eater. And he kind of, looks around at all of you kind of going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And you show him zone in on Gozar. Mostly randomly, and he just soars forward towards you, Gozar, and he readies his attack. Let me see what his attacks are.
First off, would Lillian get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, anyone who was within melee range gets an attack of opportunity.
So Lillian would get an attack of opportunity?
Yes. And Lillian deals 8 damage as it turns its back to her. 11 damage, excuse me. Alright, and then it approaches you, and it readies its attack. One moment, I need to reread it, because I forgot it. Alright, it uses its Life Drain attack. I believe a 23 hits your armor class. You take 29 points of necrotic damage. Make a Constitution saving throw, or that reduction becomes permanent. And you succeed on the check. It only temporarily reduces your hit points until you roll again. All right, and one moment, and then it's just going to go in for an ordinary claw attack. But I don't think a 12 hits your armor class. And it ends its turn. Next in initiative order is Sete. Sete is relatively close, and she's gonna be like, "Look out, boys! It's time for me to show you what I can do. Are you ready?"
Yes.
Coughing up a little bit of blood. Yeah. You.
All right. She charges her fist like she's charging a key attack, and she shouts, "Muscle Wizards cast fist!" And she throws her fist out. A spectral fist appears from her hands and flies towards the restless moth eater.
Muscle Wizards cast fist. What the?
Her attack hits.
Of that now. I need fan art of this now.
A spectral fist that shoots from her ghostly hand slams into the moth eater's head, dealing 11 force damage. Alright, let me just make sure she has no bonus actions. Nope. That is going to end her turn. Next in initiative order, it is Gorund. What would you like to do?
He will cast. He will give the Moth Eater a curse, a Hexblade's curse. And he will go for an attack.
All right, roll it.
What ability score do they get the decrease to?
Save face.
A 12 does not hit.
I will save face to raise that as high as I can. How many of my allies are around me?
Let's see. So Gozar, Ivy, Theri, Vashtar, Sete, Maddie, Lillian, and the cleric. That makes 8.
I can only raise it up 5, so it's up to it's now 17.
That's a hit.
All right, and it's also it also does a bit more damage due to the curse.
All right, what's your total damage?
I'm checking how much extra, but if I remember correctly, it is +2, so it's 13.
All right. So your battle axe cleaves through this restless moth eater. You cleave it in half, and you see its form coalesce almost immediately. Ectoplasm starts leaking out, only to quickly come to a stop as it recorporates. It looks like it hurt like a motherfucker, but it is 100% still kicking and still moving strong. Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
All right, Vashtar, it is your turn.
All right. So how far away is this thing from?
It's actually right next to the entrance because it moved forward to attack Gozar.
All right. Let's see. What do I want to do? How long has it been? Has it been 8 hours?
No, it has not been 8 hours since we first started the session in-game, so no.
Alright, because I still have my mage armor on. That's what I would be sure of. Okay, so I'm going to move 30 feet away from this thing, and I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
All right, roll damage.
I know, Godazar. That is a total of 9 damage.
All right, pow, pow, pow! You punch 3 holes in the restless moth eater. You see its form coalesce, and it coughs up more ectoplasm. You guys are laying an extreme amount of punishment, but it just keeps chugging along.
Let's see, and that is all I can do, so I shall end my.
All right, Gozar, you're next.
All right. So Gozar is going to pull out the Heretics brand, and he will say heretic, and using my Great Weapon Master feat, I'll take a -5 penalty to my attack roll, so I'll just be rolling a straight dice, and if I hit, it will do 10 extra damage.
Nice.
It's on my side, don't worry.
That's a no.
I try to do something cool. I roll in that one. Why does this thing hate me?
I feel ya. I missed on 2 attacks.
That is a nat 1, my friend. You got anything else you want to do?
I'm checking my bonus actions right now. No. Done. I think Avery just hates.
All right, so if that ends your turn, top of the initiative order is Chitin.
Okay, as a who's Chitin?
Chitin is the cleric who's helping the party. He's swinging a giant fuck-off censer around.
Okay. Is it the moth you sent a picture of when I wasn't here?
Yeah, I did send a picture of a moth with a censer in cleric's clothing.
Yeah, so that's him, okay.
Alright, he goes, well, I wasn't expecting it to be this tough. Time to break out all the stops. And you see his hand start to swell with radiant energy. He puts his non-dominant hand against his elbow to brace it. And he goes, guiding bolt! Bah! And you see a massive guiding bolt fly from his fingertips. And with the 14 he hits. And he deals 16 radiant damage to the creature. He sort of pants and goes, why won't it die? And then he's going to use his spiritual weapon, which he already has out, to try and hit it again. Which I will pull up as soon as I can find it. Alright. and you see his sensor swings around and slams against the restless moth eater again. Another devastating blow, but this creature refuses to fall. Alright, who's next in initiative? Ivy.
Okay. So again, with her oath, uh, she is gonna shoot at him.
Roll it.
And oh yeah, and the 1d8 because of my plane. 14, 23.
That is a lot of damage. You fire your bow, it hits the restless moth eater in the chest, it explodes, tearing open a hole in its chest, and you see it coalesce back together, and it vomits up more ectoplasm. It looks like it is getting absolutely thrashed, but it refuses to even float down an inch lower. Any other bonus actions or actions?
Bonus action, planar warrior, and I end my turn.
Okay, Theory, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull out my longbow and try to shoot it.
Alright, roll hit.
Wrong character.
I don't believe your longbow is magical, is it?
No, it did TBD instead of theory. I guess it auto-corrected when I did the other thing on this one. I miss again.
Phew! Your arrow flies into the floor at its feet. Do you have any bonus actions?
Not at the moment. My character pretty much just starts jumping up and down in anger, yelling as loud as she can, just out of frustration and anger.
Be aware, even out of charges, your spear is still a magical weapon and still can be used to stab things.
Okay.
Just wanted you to be aware in case you weren't. Alright. Next in initiative order is Lillian. I'm not gonna let you die on me. I died for you and I don't want you to reciprocate. And she's going to wrap her arms around you, Gozar, and cast Cure Wounds on you. You restore 8 HP. Alright, and that will end her turn. Who's next? Alright, then it is Maddie's turn. Does she have any more of that, dissonant whispers? She does. She's gonna let out another one. I will roll for wisdom. And that is a success. And it takes half of that, so it takes 4. Alright, next in initiative is the Restless Moth Eater. Alright, Gozo, are you still with us? Because it's coming for you.
Why Godazar? What did he ever do to the thing?
He's a paladin. Basically, evildoers' worst enemy.
Does a 17 hit your armor class, Gozar?
I don't remember. Did I ever say that I had my shield ready?
I assume you do.
Then no, it does not.
Alright, it will roll again with an ordinary claw attack. So it goes in for one magical necrotic claw. You raise your shield, and you can see your shield rust as it rakes its claws against your shield. It goes in for an ordinary slash, which also just scrapes the paint off of your shield, and its turn is over. Next we have... where are we? Sete. Alright. Sete is gonna motion like she's cracking her knuckles, but without any actual bones. It makes no sound, which kind of irritates her. And she goes, Muscle Wizards cast fist! Fwah! And she's gonna throw another mystical fist into the air. And you're gonna see the Moth Eater get hit with another 16 damage. Alright, that's going to end her turn. Next in initiative is Gorund.
Goran yells out, "My axe demands your head!" And he uses a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite on himself, and he strikes.
Absolutely. That's definitely it. Sorry, what?
That is a crit because the hex lasts a minute, and I get crits on 19 and 20.
God damn, that's a lot of damage. Alright, 22. Let's add that to the mix.
All right, and he rolls a wisdom check. Not check, save, and
What you got for him?
it's like,
God damn, a natural critical fail.
this amount of psychic damage. But yeah, this amount of 9 psychic damage, and if it's a crit fail,
Alright, you can see this creature absolutely racking with pain. Vomited. It has got a 3-inch deep puddle of ectoplasm beneath its feet, but its form continues to coalesce and reform.
he ends his turn.
Alright, Vashtar, what you got?
Alright, so the thing hasn't moved toward me. It's still going after Godazar, right?
Yes, it's still actively slashing at Gozar with its claws.
Alright, I'm going to raise up my left hand with the gauntlet that has the arcane focus on it. Just kind of like point a finger at the restless spirit and say, I wonder, can a ghost freeze? And I'm going to...
You cut out.
Yeah, I let go of the damn button. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw as I cast Frost. Frostbite. It fails.
Alright, roll damage. 4?
All right. Yeah, it takes 4 damage, and on its next attack, it has a disadvantage. Yeah, it says, okay, it takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Nice. I think you guys might actually kill this thing. That is a pretty devastating penalty there. You said it's disadvantage on its next attack?
Yeah, on its next attack, a weapon attack roll.
All right. Anything else you got for us?
Unfortunately, I have no bonus action spells, and I am running out of spell slots, so this will be the end of my...
All right, Gozar, it's your turn. This thing is actively slashing at your shield.
I think I'll do the same thing basically. I'll take a -5 penalty, but this time I will yell heretic, and as a bonus action, I will cast Searing Smite on my weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, Zeno, I was incorrect on the number. It's 1d6 psychic.
As opposed to 1d6 cold?
My wrathful smite.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it as it is, because I've already done the math and I'm not going back.
Alrighty. Sorry, that was a mistake on my part.
That's alright. A 10 does not hit its armor class. You got anything you can add to that?
Technically, it'd just be a 5.
Oh, it would just be a 5? Yeah, that's not going to hit.
I used my action and bonus action. That's it.
Alright. Top of the initiative, it is Chitin. Alright, he's like, why won't you die? He's like, I'm getting exhausted, guys. I think I'm going to, oh, what should I do? What should I do? Who needs a hand? Let me bless you.
Me, please.
Goran points at...
Gozar.
Alright. Judging by where we are in initiative order, I'm going to have him give that bless to Ivy. Ivy, add a 1d4 on your next attack, and then he's going to attack with his spiritual weapon. And he misses. And he ends his turn. Next in initiative order, Ivy, go ahead and attack with a 1d4 added.
Okay. Thanks, love. She's gonna attack.
That is a hit. And roll all of your damages.
Come on, Ivy, finish him off.
Oh, is the 1d4 for the attack or the damage?
Let me double check. I think it's for the attack, but I will reread the spell.
Okay.
For up to 1 minute, you can add 1d4 to any attack roll or ability check. It does not be. It's not added to damage.
Okay. Yeah, then, yeah, I end playing all warrior and I end my turn.
How much damage did you do?
Let me calculate it all. 23. 23.
Damn. You guys are kicking this thing's ass. Alright, Theory, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to calm myself down and take aim again with a longbow.
Your 13 does hit its armor class, but since the longbow is not magical, its damage is reduced to 1.
At least it finally hit, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, next in initiative, we have Lillian. Alright, she's going to cast Guidance as well, and she is going to cast that on... She's going to cast that on Maddie. And then she's going to end her turn. Maddie is out of spells, so she is going to use her let me take a look here. So Maddie is going to use Forceful Speech, and she's going to make a ranged spell attack in order to do so. And even with the bless, her Forceful Speech attack misses its target. She ends her turn. Next in initiative is the Restless Moth Eater. Alright, Gozar, you're still its primary target for reasons you do not understand. It is coming.
No, you think it would have been Theory, being as this thing killed Theory, or attempted to.
But I'm the biggest and oh yeah, I'm the biggest and medium. Misses.
With the 24.
You're rolling at disadvantage, remember?
Right. Because of that cold spell.
Yep, Frostbite. Gotta love it.
So I don't get necrotic to death.
No, it's with disadvantage, that's a 13 and a 15. Both of its attacks, which would have otherwise hit, miss.
You're very welcome, Godazar.
Alright, that ends its turn, and Seti charges up another punch. She cocks her fist back. You hear a like a shotgun as she shoots another one forward.
Like 3, 2, 1, kill shot.
With 15 force damage, you just see this thing get knocked. Its head goes all the way around and slows to a stop. Alright, it is getting spun around and slapped down, but it is still alive. Goran, what would you like to do?
He lets out a snarl and he whacks.
He what?
He whacks.
Whack away, good sir. Sete isn't bald. She's covered in moth fur.
Damn.
That is an 8, my friend. That does not hit.
Yeah, I know.
Got any bonus actions?
No, because the only ability that has bonus action is my I used both of them.
All right. So that's going to make it Vashtar's turn. Vashtar, make it a count.
Alright. God damn it. I want to end this quickly. I don't want to use my last spell slot, though, but fuck. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile with my last spell slot, just to hope that this damage is enough to end this fucking fight.
All right, let's have it. How do you want to
Nice.
end this?
Yes. So Vashtar holds up his hand and goes, "I'm getting sick of you," and he's gonna cast 3 missiles going flying out. Two of them are gonna go straight for the back where supposedly its wings are, shattering its wings, while the other one spins around, goes right in front of it, goes for the tongue, destroying the tongue, going all the way up to its mouth and through the mouth out the back end.
All right, you see as its body just hit after hit after hit of magic missile, its whole body starts to like melt and become amorphous, and then it explodes, drenching all of you in a thick layer of ectoplasm.
Except for me for being 30 feet away.
Goran he does the whole flick, try and flick away the ectoplasm. Then he grabs he grabs Maddie and attempts to use her as a rag.
Hey, I'm covered in it too.
He starts looking at Vashtar.
Yeah.
I need wiping. He goes over to you to pick you up to use you as a rag.
Puts his hands up and says, "Touch me and I'll firebolt you in the face."
He goes, "Try me, elf."
Don't tempt me. Why don't you ask her squire if she knows prestidigitation?
Nope, sorry, sirs.
Find your own rag.
All right, as you obliterate, finally, this restless moth eater, you can see souls start to, almost form from the ground and fall out of the walls and ascend upwards. And you can see sunlight peering in through the windows, and there's an angelic humming going on outside.
That's concerning.
Goran puts his axe away with a pop, and he's heading in that direction.
The door before you collapses into a pile of rust. Chitin leads the way out of the room, and there is a diamond moth that flutters and lands on his fingertip, and he's like, "Well, I feel like you should all be rewarded for helping me on my personal quest. I thought I was going to have to go this alone, and by God, I'm glad I had backup." So, as a reward, I just have a simple piece of advice. These diamond moths that you see fluttering around you, a fragment of Photismos is in every one. So if you ever want to speak to your god, you simply need to cast Speak with Animals.
All right, I see how it is, Zeno. I see how it is. We're gonna go through this again, aren't we? I forgot that I took Oath of Vengeance instead of Oath of Vengeance. I have only ever played an Oath of Vengeance Paladin. Give me a break.
Well, how it is, Oath of the Ancients allows you to beat the leaf out of people.
Oath of the Ancients gives you access to the Speak with Animals as just like one that just gives you. So, towards the end of my one-on-one with Zeno, one of those came down to me and it acted like it was trying to speak to me, and I didn't know what it was trying to say, and then it just flew off and disappeared. And then after he stopped the recording, he said, "Dude, literally the entire time I was on your character sheet highlighting over and over speak with animals.
I missed that, but he told me that happened. I missed that part of the video. I watched the whole thing. I heard the part where you were trying to speak with it. You couldn't understand it, but I did not. I missed that part of the video because I was looking away, just listening. I missed where he was doing that.
All right. You hear Chitin say, my life's mission is complete. I can finally rest in peace. And you see, he turns transparent. He was a ghost the entire time, and he flies upwards towards the heavens, leaving behind his cleric's censer, which any of you can pick up by turning on Homebrew and adding it to your inventory.
Wait, what? What did he leave?
He left a cleric's censer.
Oh, cleric sensor.
Goatsword, go take it.
Well,
Actually-
this is a melee weapon, right?
Yeah, I would suggest Vashtor to take it since when he's out of spells, he's not that great.
All I have on me is a long bow and a short sword for outside of a spell.
Yeah, Goatsword, I would say we should let Vashtor take it.
Vashtar is not built for strength weapons. He's built for dex weapons. I'm built for strength weapons.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I'm not proficient in it because my weapon proficiency it labels the names of the weapons I'm proficient in: crossbow, light, dagger, dart, longbow, long sword, quarterstaff, short bow, short sword, and sling.
And from the look of it, it was a two-handed weapon, so it'd be something that Goran wouldn't be able to use properly.
So I guess I'll take it.
As you pick it up, you see decorating the censer is a pair of what appears to be goblin-forged land jets.
Goran notices these, and he says to Gozar, "Mind if I see that real quick?"
I will give him the land jet.
He takes them.
All right, as you grab the final piece and put it near the rest of the pieces, you can see they all disassemble and start to float around you as they start to assemble into a magical weapon.
The shard in his palm comes out too.
Indeed it does. There is a small spurt of blood, and you see the visage of Maglubiet beam directly into your head.
All right. So Gozar thinks that this is an evil app, and he has been questioning this entire time. Can I roll another insight check to see if I can gain some knowledge of who his true god is?
Absolutely. While you roll, Gorand, go ahead and add the sacred battle axe of Maglubiet to your inventory.
Awesome.
21! 21!
You immediately recognize this battle axe as a forbidden, allegedly evil relic forged by the goblin Lord Maglubiet himself. And you watch as Maglubiet appears in an astral projection and hands the axe over to him, and he goes, "Do my work, child."
So personally, I feel like this would be a great place to end off the session and episode, and because I really have to leave as well. But I would like to leave everyone on a cliffhanger. So I would like to scream heretic and go for an attack on Goran.
Do you want to do that now or at the start of next session?
At the start of the next session, because if I don't leave now, I won't get dinner.
All right. Well, yes, we will wrap up this session then. Get gone, my dude.
All right. Yay! But
All right,
okay, I can't seem to get the battle axe.
It's called Battle Axe of Maglubi. Yeah, I'm not gonna even attempt, but it's called Battle Axe of, and you'll find it.
So, gotta say this now. If we end up having to fight your character, Goran, and we kill him, Vashtar will take that freaking battle axe and he is going to stash it somewhere where no one will find it again.
Oh, he.
Bold of you to assume we're gonna be able to kill him.
Well, the fact of the matter is, he'll fight. He will fight off, try or at least attempt to fight off Gozar, but he will come clean.
My character is just curious of talking to the goddess to figure out maybe a little more about my backstory. You guys can have fun. Just don't kill each other, please.
And because we killed the Moth Eater, guess what, guys?
Level up! We. My voice. I regret doing this. I'm sorry for all of your ears who had to hear.
All right, so the session is over. You didn't get to speak to Fotismos because Gozar had to leave, so we'll pick that up at the start of next session.
And
Okay.
we level up, but I can't remember if we level up. Does that mean we get the benefits of a long rest or no?
Yes, all of you can take a long rest regardless because you are out of combat and you are out of that hell house.
Yay!
Quick question. What was that thing I saw?
You will find out next session.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything because it sounded very confusing.
You saw your life flash before your eyes before you were stabbed. You saw a bunch of people attacking you along with the Restless Moth Eater that you guys as a group defeated.
Ah!
And then, Goran, are you going to keep that axe a secret or are you going to tell the group what it does?
Oh, he is gonna come clean as to what it is, and he will tell them that he will stick around, but for until the mission's over. But once it's over, he's gone.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, he's being attacked. He's gonna be attacked. So
yeah, this could end up in a fight, and we could end up killing the character. And honestly, again, if your character dies, and I get my hand, I am getting rid of that.
Okay, lovely talk to all of you. Gotta go to the bathroom and then gonna go to, Comno. See you guys.
I gotta get over there too.
Dope session, Zeno. I loved it, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Not gonna forgive you for showing me that terrifying moth, though. If I get nightmares, I'll you. See ya.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
bye. Yeah. The fact that, but so, how do you guys feel that my character's evil?
I guess they'll arrive to that conclusion next time.